Good afternoon, esteemed viewers, and welcome to Panorama live from NTA Maiduguri Network Center. Schools have reopened for exiting classes after nearly 4 months of closure due to the ravaging coronavirus pandemic. This has put to rest the uncertainty and concerns by stakeholders for the graduating set to write their exit examinations. The conditional reopening of schools for JSS3 and SS3 students has been successful with emphasis on compliance with COVID-19 non-pharmaceutical safety protocols. They are set for the examination starting tomorrow, with the task before the federal, state, and educational authorities to ensure sustenance of the protocol to prevent spread of COVID-19. How are these stakeholders prepared for the tasks ahead during the coming months of examination, as adherence to the non-pharmaceutical measures are compulsory for all schools management? This is our focus today on Panorama. I am Muhammad Ibrahim. Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed says the federal government has justified the rationale behind its borrowing from foreign countries. The minister stated this shortly after inspecting the Lagos-Ibadan standard gauge rail project. Anthony Forson reports.
The Information and Culture Minister, Lai Mohammed, who was accompanied by his counterpart, the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, began their inspection journey to Ibadan from Abuja Station Building Yard under construction. The Transportation Minister, after interacting with the contractors handling the project, urged them to speed up the job and proceeded to Apapa Dockyard Station, which has been added to the Lagos-Ibadan project as a means of finding a lasting solution to the perennial gridlock that has characterized the area. With 10 passenger stations on the route, Abuja Mega Station, yet to be completed, will have a holding passenger capacity of 6,000 per day. Other stations along the route all have a passenger holding capacity of between 1,005 and 2,000 and are all at various stages of completion, except for the COVID-19 pandemic, which has caused work to slow down.
For those of you who have been following us, you know that for every station we had 150 to 200 workers. But now you have 10, 20 workers. What we agree with them is to increase the number of workers and manage COVID very well. And what did we agree with them? They should come with their face mask, face shield, and come to work. Because, like we also agree with them, it appears, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, that COVID has come to stay. And government has to run. We have to deliver our promises to the people, because that's why we're elected, and that we don't have time. If we just sit in our houses waiting for COVID to end, it may end 2023. So let's hope that by January this thing will be ready.
This notwithstanding, train services on that axis will commence soon.
We will start by middle of September from Yaba to Ibadan, while the other construction finishing will continue. Hopefully by January we will be full-blown.
For Lai Mohammed, the federal government has justified all loans it has collected so far.
We didn't borrow money for services. We did not borrow money for overhead expenditures. We borrowed money for capital projects, rails, roads, bridges, power, generally infrastructure. And this is the first, this administration, of the series of inspections we are going to take along with you, so that you can better enlighten Nigerians that there's nothing bad in borrowing, provided that borrowing is invested in infrastructure. There's nothing bad in borrowing, especially when that borrowing is going to create jobs. We're going to create an enable environment for the economy.
For now, the Lagos-Ibadan route will start with 24 coaches, 1 set of diesel multiple unit of 8 coaches, and 2 motor cars for 16 trips a day. 10 coaches for Itakwe to Warri, 4 trips a day. There will also be additional 10 coaches and 1 set of DMU for Abuja Kaduna services. This will move its trip up from 8 to 16 per day. In Ibadan, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
The All Progressives Congress has inaugurated its Ondo Governorship Campaign Council. Chairman of the Caretaker and an Extraordinary National Convention Committee, May Malabuni, has urged party faithful not to engage in unhealthy activities before, during and after the governorship election in Ondo State. Saliu Abdullahi reports.
Renewing the successes of APC in the forthcoming governorship elections in Edo and Ondo State and expanding its scope are top on the agenda of the Maimala Buni-led caretaker committee. This he re-emphasized while inaugurating the 104-member campaign council for the October 10th governorship election in Ondo State, led by the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. He says the campaign team has one agenda.
I have no doubt in my mind that the rich cream of personalities on this council with vast electioneering experience will once again secure the mandate of the people of Ondo State for the party and its candidates. Let me use this occasion to ensure the good people of Ondo State that your investment in the party in this election will consolidate the achievements recorded in the last 4 years.
Chairman of the campaign council is aware of this task and expressed confidence that with the collective support of all, APC will succeed in Ondo State.
The party's confidence is further buoyed by the giant stride that Governor Akeredolu in different areas of Egedo has enumerated.
The party urged its members to engage in fruitful, peaceful and healthy campaigns. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi, NTA News.
The investigative panel set up by the Nigerian Army to verify the alleged involvement of troops of 19th Brigade in Kukawa farming and fishing at Baga Town in Kukawa local government area of Borno State says the claim still remains untrue. The panel, headed by the Deputy Theatre Commander Operation Lafia Dole, Major General Felix Omuigwe, made his findings known to newsmen in a world press briefing held at the Military Command and Control Center in Maiduguri. Jedwa John Jesseni reports.
To verify the allegations leveled against the troops.
The Deputy Theatre Commander, Major General Felix Omugui, told journalists that the findings revealed that Baga Town in Kukawa local government area of Borno State, which has had its fair share of the Boko Haram insurgency since 2013, is yet to return to its original self, as presence of civilians keeps fluctuating in the area from time to time. He went on that the allegations leveled against troops of 19th Brigade Baga remains falsehood, as there are no evidence of farming, cattle rearing or fishing activities in the area.
The entire area of Baga is too heavily mined with improvised explosive devices to have allowed for any farming activities.
He also cleared the air on the trailer misconceived to be loaded with fish in Baga Town.
Some of the trucks seen in Baga Town were observed to be loaded with scrapped metals. The troops of Operation Lafia Dole will remain committed and undeterred in the fight against terrorism.
The Nigerian Army says efforts are still in place to clear and make displaced communities safe and secured for the return of civilians. In Maiduguri, Jedwa John Jesseni, NTA News.
Recent flood across parts of Borno State has not only caused damage to communities but also affected many internally displaced persons' camps, destroyed their makeshift tents and latrine, threatening general hygiene. Paul Kujevana was at the Muhammadu Buhari IDP's camp in Maiduguri with SEMA Chairman Yaba Kolo for an update on the situation.
Of flood in Borno State is one of the major challenges facing the people, most especially in IDP's camps, having double tragedy of displacement by Boko Haram insurgents and now flood. With me is the Executive Chairman, State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, Borno State, Yabawa Kolu, who will tell us the emergency remedy to mitigate flood threat in IDP's camps.
Since we started witnessing heavy downpour in Borno State, the rapid response team and also other stakeholders who were able to visit almost all the camps. And so far, the immediate remedies to sort of soften the situation is one, to give them sun and sandbags. You can see how we have blocked the shelter areas where the IDPs are residing, and in addition to that, we have also deployed water pumping machine to expand expel all the waters. Initially, when you come much earlier, you will see the level of water is very high. The IDPs have also participated actively to create water pathways, and above all these initiatives, which are very immediate solutions to the crisis, the state government, a high-powered committee on flood, have also visited all the areas that needed immediate intervention. Like Gubiokam, about 200 latrines have collapsed. So the partners and the state government, we came to the rescue because we know quite well the problem of contamination of drinking water. So we are able to reconstruct more latrines, wash facility, and we are able to treat the water so that other pandemic will not come in like cholera and the rest.
So, Ma, what are the long-term mitigation plans to control flood in IDPs camps?
The major solution is to also create more pathways, and also government instruction to demolish all structures that are on waterways. And more solutions are coming because the state government has commissioned a department, a research unit that have a lot of knowledge of environment and ecological issues to profile a blueprint that once and for all the state will get rid of flooding.
Judging by the plans put in place, it is expected that flood menace will be minimal in IDPs camps and other prone areas in Borno State. It's back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Pauline. Time now for a break. Panorama continues after this time out.
I wish to once again commend the frontline workers across the country who, on a daily basis, risk everything to ensure we win this fight. For those who got infected in the line of duty, rest assured that government will do all it takes to support you and your families during this exceedingly difficult period. I will also take this opportunity to assure you all that your safety, well-being, and welfare remains paramount to our government. I am using this opportunity to express our deepest condolences to the families of all Nigerians that have lost their loved ones as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. This is our collective loss, and we share your grief.
Welcome back. As at 15th August 2020, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has confirmed 325 new cases of COVID-19. A breakdown of the new figures shows Lagos having 87, FCT recorded 49, Gombe 28, Ebonyi 20, Plateau has 19, Kwara 18, Enugu 17, Imo and Rivers 12 each. Others are Kaduna 11, Ogun 10, Edo and Oyo 9 each, Ondo and Osun 8 each. Equity recorded 4, while Borno, Kano, Bauchi and Nasarawa had 1 each. This brings the total figure to 48,770. Number of discharged cases are now 36,290, while deaths stand at 974. A significant number of schools offering examinations across Borno State have put in place safety measures against the coronavirus pandemic. Authorities concerned are leaving no stone unturned in ensuring that the COVID-19 guidelines are strictly adhered to, as they have already embarked on inspection in various public and private schools towards assessing level of compliance ahead of the examinations. Abubakar Mohamed Musa reports.
The first day of exiting pupils and students in both public and private schools since the closure of institutions early this year due to COVID-19 can best be described as impressive, as all the basic safety protocols of wearing face masks, maintaining physical distance and washing of hands with disinfectants were observed by principals, teachers and learners, among others.
It's very, very important for us to obey the rules and regulations of the school in order to avoid contact with such COVID-19.
The compulsory thing is that The government has been tried his very own best about bringing the face masks, hand sanitizers.
From the gate, we are washing our hand before entering with sanitizer. They give us face masks. We are giving social distance about 2 meters.
Government at both federal and state levels were commended for providing a conducive environment ahead of the forthcoming exiting examinations, as well as facilities for overall safety of pupils and students, which calls for reciprocation.
The compliance as expected of us, we are going to make use of it.
We will do everything possible throughout this period to make sure that we maintain what is on ground.
We are going to comply up to from beginning to the end of the examination.
Total compliance is being maintained here in our school.
Everything is in order. We are just waiting for exams to start.
This adopted methodology of teaching and learning in compliance with safety protocols is expected to be applied in other private and government-owned institutions that are yet to be inspected across Borno State.
So far so good, honestly. That was exactly what I was expecting. I've gone around most of the schools in the state capital, both public and private schools. As far as I'm concerned, it is satisfactory.
The relevant authority in Borno has reaffirmed that it will ensure that unscheduled visit to schools is sustained towards dealing decisively with anyone found violating the COVID-19 safety guidelines put in place. In Maiduguri, Abubakar Muhammad Musa, NTA News.
As we have seen in that report, pupils and students are expressing enthusiasm as their hopes for graduation have been rekindled, with prospects for the examination commencing tomorrow. Maintaining COVID-19 safety protocols within the school's system may be a Herculean task. Authorities are hopeful levels of prevention would be raised. This is to ensure zero levels of COVID-19 in schools with the worrying spike in cases within communities. How can we ensure this young generation are protected in their journey to greatness? How much effort and energy is being devoted to ensuring compliance with the safety protocols? With me to discuss the issue is the Ministerial Secretary, Borno State Ministry of Education, Sadiq Kadafur. Sir, you're welcome to Panorama.
Thank you.
We begin by wanting to know, schools have reopened for the graduating sets in Borno. How has it been meeting up with the requirements for COVID-19 safety?
Thank you very much, Mohammed. You cannot talk of COVID-19 or reopening of schools in Borno State without commending the effort of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, and for his avid determination to reopen school in Borno State. Secondly, I want to extend same to His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Borno State, for his effort as the chairman of COVID-19 in the state. He has also assisted in supplying us with face mask and others. In fact, the Honorable Commissioner Minister of Education, in person of Honorable Bello Ayuba, has tried his best to make sure that the duly protocol is being observed in as per COVID-19. Yes.
Okay, are the safety protocols being observed in schools located in rural areas, and what machinery has been put in place for monitoring of compliance?
Actually, the Honorable Commissioner Minister of Education, after the announcement of the COVID-19 law, he made effort to make sure that he organized management meeting. After this meeting, all principals were met, and we discussed about this measure, how to take this measure to go on. We met in the, later on, the Honorable Commissioner assigned all principals for the flag off of the COVID-19. We went to Gamon College. At the Gamon College, we lift up the flag was lifted up. All principals have gotten their materials for this proper distribution to their students.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Has there been any challenges so far? What's your assessment of the non-pharmaceutical COVID-19 prevention measures practiced in the schools?
Actually, there are some challenges we have faced in the system.
Okay.
One, there is overpopulation of students in classes.
Okay.
Some of the classes, one teacher is taking about 150 students. Other classes, about 70 students. Others, 80. So for one to say, okay, to observe this social distance of 20 students per class, you have to make sure that you have a great number of classes before you distribute all these students to 20 per class. So in fact, some schools, they have more than the number required, but some schools, they have less number of classes. Therefore, these are the challenges we are facing. In the rural areas too, a committee has been set up by the Honorable Commissioner of 4, which, of course, I am one of the chairman in Southern Borno. We went there, we have seen everything, and then all students are now complying with the rules and regulations by the COVID-19.
Okay, because of time, we have to leave it there. Thank you for coming on Panorama, Minister and Secretary.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on. Ambulances are life-saving vehicles with facilities to support patients, providing them paramedical emergency services while transporting them to hospital. Paul Nkujevana takes a look at effort being made to enhance ambulance services amidst COVID-19 pandemic and other emergency health challenges in Borno State.
Ambulances with capability to reach emergency scene within shortest time of call contain equipment needed to stabilize ill or injured patients while being rushed to hospital for proper medical attention. Considering the COVID-19 pandemic amidst the peculiar security challenges in Borno State, government and humanitarian partners provided more ambulances for emergency services and intervention to meet the health needs of the people.
Particularly during this COVID-19 response, we may need more ambulances for effective referral services.
Amid the COVID-19 pandemic also, a lawmaker representing Jere constituency at the National Assembly, Satomi Ahmed, procured and equipped 4 ambulances, rendering house-to-house services as mobile clinic and transporting patients to hospitals.
We have consulted over 400 to 500 people. We have a hotline for the mobile ambulances. The people are calling us. We have been going around and providing them all the necessary health facility to them.
Certain health situations in life require medical care, and so the provision of enough ambulance and paramedic services are important in the society towards saving lives. In Maiduguri, Paul Nkujevana, NTA News.
Now to sports update. Football fans react to semi-final of European Champions League. Olamide Oguntola is our guide on sports update.
Reactions continue to trail the qualification of Bayern Munich to the semi-finals of this year's UEFA Champions League after the team humbled Spanish La Liga giant Barcelona 8-2.
Barcelona could have taken the lead. They could have led by 3-1, the Messi ball that hit the woodwork, and the one-on-one with Suarez and Neuer. But on the overall play, Bayern Munich deserved their win. They could have scored more because they played much more.
How Barca was really flogged and embarrassed out of the field yesterday was really what I don't understand.
The team itself is depleted. They don't play as a team. And apart from that, the team itself is aging. They need to do more recruitment.
Atalanta and Racing Ball Sports Football Clubs have earlier qualified for the semi-finals of the championship. And from Ibadan, Lanre Gbeleyi reports that efforts are on by the Oyo State government to renovate the Lekan Salami Stadium at Damasigba into an international standard. NTA Sports learned that this move is geared towards restoring the glorious days of sporting activities in the state.
Can Oyo State boast of having the facilities? The answer is capital no.
This is what I've been waiting for. I've been expecting this for a long time.
With the federal government approval of the resumption of activities of non-contact sports, hundreds of para-table tennis players drawn across the nation have registered to participate in the second edition of the National Para-Table Tennis Open Championship holding in Lagos. The organizers, who say all necessary arrangements in compliance with COVID-19 protocols are being perfected, declared that the aim of the tournament is to build champions from grass to grace.
Our players are very happy for lifting band, and our players are also preparing towards the Para-Table Tennis Open coming up towards the end of the year.
The maiden edition attracted players from other countries. With sports update, Olumide Guntola, NTA News.
On Panorama this afternoon from the studios of NTA Maiduguri Network Center, have a pleasant Sunday.